Hello, this is Sophia Lajul. I am an Empower Love coach and a life coach healer. And today I wanted to share a story that speaks about how important it is these days not only to realize that we are creating the new earth together. And the way we are creating the new earth together is by not only holding the vision of the new earth, which is in fact holding a frequency, an energy of what it means to be the living in the new earth. It's also bringing yourself back again and again to that frequency and choosing and being conscious to choose that frequency over and over again. So before I move into the story, I want to share a little bit about how you dial. So remember those radios that you will turn around the dial and switch from 8.8 or 8.9 to 9.9 and so on, and you are changing the frequency, changing the radio frequency and receiving something different. Like maybe 8.8 was a jazz radio and 8.9 is a rock radio. So it's the same in the frequency. If you think about light as well and colors, the colors are different frequencies that your eye translates into a different color, from red all the way to purple or violet, and each color has a different frequency. So it's the same thing as how your entire being is translating energy, and also the output of energy and the input of energy. And so that's why a lot of my work, it's mainly focused from, we have a look on the observer. And from the observer, understanding what is your experience and why it's there, and then changing that, understanding it, integrating it, and then transforming from that understanding. And so let's dive into the story. And I think this story is going to really help you and support you, because understanding, one, that you are a choice, the language that you use, and how your body is feeling are just indicators of what is happening and from what point of perception and observation are you experience your life. So the story is from a personal experience about on March of 2019, I went back home to Argentina, and Argentina, it's very naturally, each culture has a paradigm. And so a paradigm is a belief system that a group of people has agreed upon. And because you agreed upon that story and that way of believing and seeing life and understanding of life, then you're creating that reality over and over again. And there's a point where you stop questioning the paradigm, because that's the way it is. And so there's a moment that you stop questioning the reality, because that's where it is that's when it becomes a paradigm. It's a way of thinking that you believe there's not another way. And perhaps you believe there's not another way because you just stop questioning about it. You kind of made the unconscious decision that that's the way life or things work. Okay, the paradigm in Argentina is that things don't work out, life is hard, people are not going to respect you, corruption is really high, and all kind of that theme. And so, anyways, let me give you the little bit of background information here. And so now, we are on somewhat in, I think it was March 2019. I was flying from Canada to Argentina, and in that flight, as soon as I landed to Argentina, I had my backpack and I had a luggage, and my luggage never arrived to Argentina. So here I am. I landed in Argentina. My luggage wasn't there. I had my backpack with me. And so my mom was picking me up at the airport. And so I told her, you have to fill up the form, describe the luggage and all of that. And so I arrive, I meet with my mom, and she's like, I'm getting the story, like feeding the story of what it is to be in Argentina. It's like, obviously, welcome to Argentina. Nothing works, so your luggage never arrived. And on top of that, because people are this way, now your bag probably is gonna be broken into, and so be prepared that maybe your bag is gonna be missing things. And then the third piece was like, well, they told you that you're gonna receive your bag, the following day by 3 p.m. Be prepared that the bag won't get into the house on time, to the house on time. And I'm like, okay, yeah, and this is very much the cultural paradigm here. Okay, so that makes sense because that's very important to understand. That was a cultural paradigm that my mom was living, and many other people are living in Argentina, and that's their reality. And so I remember I got to the house and where I was staying, and I went into the room that my room that I would be spending the time, and I meditate, and I really make the conscious choice of that's not my reality. That's not the reality I choose. So I started to thank the people that found my luggage wherever it was that they found it, and I started to thank them about putting my luggage back into a new plane, thanking the pilots that were taking my luggage to me, thanking the people in Argentina that received my luggage and found my luggage, and they made sure to bring my luggage to me. I thank the driver that was driving my luggage to myself, to me into Argentina, all the way, all that chain of people that are part of the larger web of life. And I started to thanking them for their part in the plan of my life that was that force of love that was bringing me the luggage back to me. And I also started to see the positive aspects of the situation. I started to realize that it was a really heavy, in fact, it had the heavy tag on the luggage. So I started to thank life because I didn't have to carry the heavy, the heavy luggage anymore. In fact, somebody was bringing it all the way to my doorsteps, to me. And so I started to really see and notice the shift in my body, the shift in my beliefs. And I really, truly started to feel thankful that I didn't have to carry my luggage, that there were all these people connecting with me in some way around the world, looking for my luggage and bringing my luggage back to me, returning my luggage to me. And I could feel the love. So I stood in love. I decided to make the conscious choice to stand in love and be really, really in that energy of appreciation that brings you back to the energy of love. And that also it's trusting in life, in trusting in all the participants of the web of life as well. And so it came the day that my luggage was supposed to come at 3 p.m. And in fact, the luggage arrived at 30.1 seconds. All I hear was the bell ring, and I went downstairs, and there was this really beautiful man that drove my luggage, and he was so happy and joyful, and we had a beautiful exchange and interaction with each other. He saw one of my tattoos here, that I have a chickadee, and there's a beautiful story to that. And he's like, "Oh my God, look at your tattoo. It's beautiful. I have a tattoo as well." He took his shirt off, and he had a giant lion face on his back. And to me, the lion is a very strong connection for me. And so that was significant as well, because as you can see, Empower Love, the symbol of Empower Love is the lion. So here he was showing me his back. Empower Love, this is who I am. I empower love too. So we are resonating together. And that's what I mean. We create the new earth together. And so when you're focusing on what is not working, you will create more of that, because where focus goes, energy flows. And so, and what you resist persists. And that is true. And so, in a way, my piece of surrendering to what it was, finding what it was working in all the ways that it was beneficial for me, the situation. And I know the situation, it was an easy one. It wasn't one that it was highly charged. I know it's difficult, or it can be more challenging when you're in a situation that I'm asking you to do this process in a situation that you're highly charged. Then this is a piece of practicing with things every day and tuning into the energy every day as an everyday practice. So starting in appreciation gets you in the ascending spiral. The ascending spiral is the ascending vibration into love, into connectedness with yourself, in trust with yourself, and trust in the larger vision of your life and life itself, in that loving intelligence that all life resonates in the vibration of, in the frequency of love. And life is for you, and life is working in your highest and best intention. And so when you are trusting in that, and you can see that and you experience that, then your life changes, because life is moving through you. The life that you know, the life that you're experiencing is moving through you, and it's happening for you. And so it's up to you to make those internal choices. And so I don't want to minimize certain experiences in your life that are challenging, that are painful. And I'm not denying the pain and the hurt and everything else that can be challenging to go through. I am saying that there's also a place to see from what is the situation gifting me? What is here? What is the silver lining? And how can I shift the energy to live in and use this experience to tune in to the frequency of love, to be a leader of love, to empower yourself, myself in love, and each other? Because that's what I did. I connected to my heart, and I started to tune into the love within every single one of all those people that were part of the journey of the web of bringing my luggage back home to myself. And in giving gratitude and acknowledging them and their work and their place in my web, in my world, in my reality, I was integrating them to this energy. And so when you're standing your light, when you stand and shine and stand in love, you give the opportunity to the other to tune into that energy and step up and show up in love as well. And so I hope you enjoyed this story, and I hope it serves you as well. Lots of love. Bye-bye.